All right.
Mhm.
Titles, go.
Do you even have the equipment?
Tastes like racism.
It's a little subpar.
Mhm.
No news is good news.
Smelling the smell.
The golem in charge.
Definitely not Icarus.
You just made the list.
Ooh.
Get the tables.
It's a little thing.
It is.
Is
All
that
right.
the equipment?
You never know.
Let's do this.
Warning. What you are about to hear contains explicit language, adult themes, and potentially disturbing content. The views and opinions expressed are those of the hosts and do not reflect the opinions of anyone else, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. This podcast is intended for an immature audience and should not be listened to by anyone, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. You know, fuck it. You've been warned.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Geek Pod. I'm your host, Paul.
You.
I'm Corbs. DC.
I'm Jack.
Guys, what's got you geeked?
Well, I'll be geeked if I can get through my news segment without stumbling all over the fucking place like I was when I was practicing it before we got here. But I am pretty excited about AC Shadows coming out tomorrow. I know that's gaming stuff, so I won't talk about it too much, but I did take the day off and it's preloaded on my PS5. I'm just waiting
That's awesome.
until I get up tomorrow. But what's really has me excited this week is we had we take a vacation to Maine every year. I'm not going to tell anybody when, so fuck off. You're not robbing my house.
Oh,
And what the fuck, Jack? Anyway, um, normally we stay somewhere, an Airbnb somewhere. We have to drive a long ways to get to everything. This year, we decided to spring the extra money and stay in Old Orchard Beach, which we've never done before. That's actually a resorty area. But we had booked one hotel because the price was really good. And then I started looking at the reviews, and it was like across the street from the beach and all this stuff. And the reviews were awful. And I told Damar, I'm like, we might want to take a second look at this. We found a place that's better. Now, price wise, it's cheaper than what we were paying for. And the thing that sucks about it is it's going to be like a kind of like a bed and breakfast. We literally have a room and a bathroom. We don't even have a refrigerator. There's a communal refrigerator and microwave area where you can cook stuff. But I mean, we usually bring a cooler back. I'm sure we can make that work. We don't, we always say we're going to cook meals and then end up not cooking meals on vacation. But what's cool is we step out of our room and like 20 feet, 30 feet, there's the beach on the ocean in Old Orchard Beach. You can see the amusement park and the pier. Like, I mean, it's so close to everything, and we've never stayed in a place like that before. Now we're sacrificing. It's not luxury because we have two beds and a bathroom. That's it. But the location is pretty awesome, and I'm excited to be able to just walk out of the room and go down and grab some boardwalk fries or whatever. Avery, we don't have to worry about the crowded beach area right by the pier because we'll be up a little bit. It's going to be nice.
Very
that's
cool.
awesome. Yeah, no. Just ocean, smelling the smell of ocean, being real close to it. Good for you. I was saying oh because I thought what's got me geeked would be like I can go on vacation with you. Yeah, he's
That
like,
would
no,
have
no.
nobody else geeked.
Jack, I draw the line is I will stay with you in a hotel room at a convention if I have to.
That's
That's
fair.
it.
That's fair. And there's strong have to on
Yeah, it
that.
doesn't
So
mean I don't like you. I like you fine. Just
yeah,
not in my vacation
but all
or
right,
the room
whatever.
I sleep,
Yeah, I get it. I get it. All right. What has me geeked? Um, Grilling season. It's a little thing, but I'm excited about it because spring and summer are very special to me, and I really like doing that. So, yes, you can grill a burger and a hot dog, but my dad came over today because he's like, Oh, we're gonna grill so good this season. He drops 2 steaks off. So we're gonna do steaks this weekend. I like to grill some steak. If I can grill chicken or some shrimp. Oh, nothing is better when it's grilled. Like I just love it. Like even grilled zucchini with some salt and pepper and some butter with that. That's amazing. Corn grilled, anything grilled. It's just short and sweet. What has me geeked is grilling season is just about here. So I'm very excited for that.
What kind of steaks are they?
I like a strip steak, but my dad went ribeye steak, so we're gonna do a really good steak.
That's you have
Oh
to tell
yeah.
us how it comes out because ribeyes are a pain in the ass to grill because they really need a higher temperature to break down the fat, especially the fat around the eye.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I found a lot of times when I try to grill it, either it's super overdone to get it edible or it's perfectly done, but you end up throwing out a ton of it because there's a lot of inedible connective tissue that just doesn't break down. I love the flavor, but I mean, a strip steak is certainly an easier piece to cook.
I 100% agree with you, but my dad's like, "Oh, I want a ribeye," so I'm like,
Well, you know
"Okay."
what you can do? Sous
Mm.
vide them at like 137 for like 2 hours. Take them out, throw them in the fridge, and make sure they completely cool down. Then throw them on a ripping hot grill just to get grill marks.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I'll probably do that. Thank you.
No, you're
And
not. You're not gonna. You don't even know
mm,
how to sous vide. You don't know what I'm talking
I'll
about.
probably message you if I have any questions. I will because I want to learn new things because I like grilling and I want to try new things. So no, I'm actually might text you if I do run into some problems.
And I'll say, okay, well, Jack, you have to already have the equipment to do this. So
Probably, yeah, I was about to say, do I have the equipment? So I don't know,
I don't know.
but
Do you have the equipment, Jack?
I have my grill. I have everything for the grill. I have the seasonings, all that good stuff. But I don't have like a Blackstone. Like my buddy's got one of those. That would be fun to get one of those. But I don't know. But I got my grill, and like I said, grilling season's always a fun time.
That it is.
All right, I'll go. So for me, it is a couple of things. Something I'll touch a little more on during, I think we're doing video games tonight, right? So I'll touch on that a little bit more later on. But for me was we went back to trivia tonight after being gone for a little over 2 months. So tonight was our first night back to trivia. So we had a good time. We finished towards the bottom because we got the last question wrong.
What was the question?
In 2003, I don't know who the company is that put it out there, but they made the top villains and the top good guys list, top 50. Who is the only who is the only actor to appear on the both lists as a good guy, as a bad guy once and a good guy in the sequel?
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Jack,
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
if you show up at trivia next week, my mom's gonna punch you in the face.
Is it Arnold
It is
Schwarzenegger?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, because of Terminator 1 and 2.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were just talking about that last week, Jack.
Yeah.
Jack, you just made the list, by the way.
You should have pulled out a clipboard like, you know what, Jeff? You just made the list.
Made the list.
Yeah, that was the final question. So
What did you guys pick?
we couldn't go with anything. I ended up going with Darth Vader, but I know it was wrong. But yeah,
Sorry, Mom.
I'll think about forgiving you.
That makes many of us on this podcast, so I'll join that list too.
so yeah. So that was it was good though. Just myself, my mom, Bryce, and Kelly went. Bryce actually answered.
Couple of questions.
Yeah, I think he answered one. He did the music trivia question all by himself.
Nice.
So he goes. He doesn't really participate all that much. He mainly sits on his phone and talks to his friends or whatever. Takes phone calls from his friends when he's there. But every once in a while, he'll give a topic of the questions. He's like, "All right, I got this." So
Nice.
he answered a couple of questions too, like um, who rolled the stone up the hill and it kept rolling back for eternity.
Not Icarus.
So it was what was it?
Typicus.
Stificus.
That guy.
Bless you.
Yeah.
How that is.
Bryce got that one. Nobody else knew that one.
Wow.
Never even heard of that dude.
Yeah. So, but it was fun. We had a good time. We'll be
Good.
going back next week. But then the week after that, we have, well, supposed to have D&D. So,
Let's
DC.
hope. Let's hope. What's got me geeked? March Madness is starting. I am a big college basketball fan, especially at this time of the year. When I had when I was working, I always took the first Thursday and Friday off of March Madness. Then the next week I took Thursday and Friday off, so that way I could watch again. So right now I'm not listening. I can see it on the TV. The first four play. I watched the two games last night, and this game right now with 1:43 left is Mount St. Mary's is up by 11. Then the next game will start probably in about 40 minutes. Yeah, I'm geeked because it's March Madness. I'm also geeked because hopefully within a week I may be out of here.
Awesome.
Depending upon what's going on. Right now I got no news, so right now no news is good news. For those of you who don't know, I'm at Loretto now, not at the hospital. I got my own room. TV I can actually see. It's actually a bigger TV than it was on the wall when I was in the hospital. Cable, it's all free. Internet. Yeah. So I'm up moving around carefully because I can't put any weight on my foot, non-weight bearing, on my right foot. So hopefully be out of here in a week. So that way I can be at the con on Saturday, Sunday, or whatever the hell the days they are.
it is Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. So I can't wait for that. Because it gives me something to do. And when we talk about video games, I have other things. So that's what's got me geeked. Paul?
All right. Well, rolling right into what you were just saying. Yes. Syracuse Collectors Con is, well, when this drops, it will be this coming Saturday and Sunday, the 29th and 30th. As we're recording today on the 19th, it's the following weekend from where we're at. Yep. They just keep announcing stuff. There was an announcement today that I think it was like Epic Gaming or something is a whole new thing that's going to be there. They keep dropping stuff. They keep adding new guests. I believe there was one or two more guest announcements since our last. Looks like it's going to be a blast. We're going to have a really good time. Luke may be joining us for a little while at the show again this year.
Nice.
Luke, our dungeon master. So it sounds like it's going to be
That sounded kind of creepy, by the way.
Luke, our
What?
dungeon master.
Yeah.
That could be a show title.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Um, all right. But yeah, I mean, we'll be there both days. We're sending Jack out to do some on location stuff for us.
I'm
Still
afraid.
not throwing everything out there what the plan is yet, but you should be afraid.
I don't
That's all I'll
like
say.
people. I'm afraid.
But that's what's got me geeked is the very close first show of the year for us out seeing the peoples is getting back to hopefully seeing some of our buddies out there. It's getting dicey. And D&D, the minis guy, remember guys?
Yeah.
And all of our regular cast of characters that we see at these shows. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, they're available at SyracuseCollectorsCon.com. Get them now. Come out and see us. Maybe stick around Saturday night for One Up Wrestling. They've got a show that night. It's a separate admission, just so you know. You can't just go to the con and then just show up for the wrestling show that night.
I'm gonna do what I want.
Bitch.
We'll see how that works out for you.
Corpse, you go flying like Carlton.
Bring out the tables.
Right? All right. So yes, but guys, what are you playing?
It really hoped I'd had a chance to finish up Bloodborne before Shadows drops tomorrow, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Uh, I think I've talked about it before, so I'm not going to bore you with the details, other than saying it's a fucking amazing game, and I don't know why you're not playing it, Paul.
Because I have a laundry list of a million other games to play
And TV shows and movies and everything else in between.
and all the
You
things.
know, just take it and put it at the top of the list. You can do that. It's your list. You can do whatever
It's
you
my
want.
list. That's true. But it's right now. My list is. I guess I'm jumping the line here. My list is still WWE 2K25 and Kingdom Come 2.
Kingdom Come Deliverance too.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, bouncing back and forth between the two of them.
I see.
I
Okay.
guess, yeah. I just have one game. My buddy bought me the game Repo. Have you guys ever heard of that game? It's a new game on Steam. So it's pretty cool. It's a game that I've been playing with my friends, and it's you can play up to 6 people. You play as these agents that kind of look like robots. They're like it's neat. You collect things for your boss, like jewelry, appliances, machinery, and you go into this abandoned building, like it's many levels. And if you like ding the things that you're collecting, it goes down in price, but the lights go out. So like monsters come after you, so it's kind of scary a little bit. So they just like come out of nowhere, but like your voice honestly triggers the monsters. So you have to like whisper in the game so you don't affect these monsters to come after you. It was $10 on Steam. I thought it was pretty cool. So you advance the levels by collecting money and then you give it to your boss and literally you try to get more health, but you die very quickly. And if you die, your teammates have to pick up your head and then drop it, so they have to put you back together. Like I said, you're a robot, you're not a real person, but you can when you die, you can see how your friends are interacting. You're like, God damn it, you guys aren't doing it right, but they can't hear you. So if another person dies, you can talk to them. But when you're moving, your robot AI is moving on their mouth at the same time. So it's mimicking your voice, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, we
Nice.
only got to level 3 so far, but it's pretty fun.
That's
That
cool.
sounds just like my real life.
It's like that other game I played a couple months ago, that Content Warning, but it's pretty cool. It's the new craze on Steam, so it was kind of cool coming home from work the other day. My buddy's like, I want to play Repo. I'm like, I don't own it. He's like, done. There you go. I'm like, okay.
Done.
Exactly. I'm like, all right, let's play.
Very cool. Corbs, DC, who wants to hit it?
I'll go. Obviously, I'm not playing anything right now, being one first in hospital and now at the rehabilitation center at Loretto. But tomorrow is the day that Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out. Um, I'm gonna get it when I get home. Hopefully, it comes out on Game Pass, so I can get it for nothing. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna buy it. For the first time, I'm gonna spend actual real money on a game and pay whatever price it is. Hopefully it's not, full price. But I watched a couple of videos on it, what you need to know type of thing before you start playing. And I watched the first 2 hours of gameplay from a guy I watch. And the game is fucking incredible. The scenery is incredible. The combat is incredible. The story is incredible. So I cannot wait to play this game. So yeah, that's it. And I keep trying to find out when the new Mass Effect is coming out, but I don't think it's coming out till next year. So that's it for me.
All right, cool.
You know, DC, you could I mean, judging on when you're hopefully getting out of the hospital, it's totally going to be full price, and it's not going to be on Game Pass. 100% confirmed. Not actually, it'll probably never be on Game Pass because you can sign up for Ubisoft Plus as part of your Game Pass subscription, and that gets you all of the Ubisoft games. So
Oh,
that's an option for you. I think it's like 10 or $15. It's monthly, but I mean, it's another option. It's less money up front.
Right. Sounds good. I might do that. I'm already an EA Play, so I get all the EA games for nothing. I also get a bunch of other games for nothing, so I might just do that. But yeah, I can't wait to play that game. But that's it for me.
Cool.
Well,
Corbs.
yeah, that's me.
It is.
No, well, as you guys all know, like I always get one game every year.
Is it that time of the year?
It's that time of the year. It dropped this morning.
Nice.
So my father gave me the money to buy it as a birthday present for myself. So I bought MLB The Show 2025. And I got home from work today and decided to go ahead and start playing. So
Nice.
so started a road to the show, which is what I always do. I always make my son. I tried making like different positions. One year I did a pitcher. Last year I was a shortstop. I've tried the outfield. I've tried first base, stuff like that. So this year I made him a third baseman. The road to the show this year is pretty cool. That's what I was doing so far. You start out in high school. You play the high school championship game, and then you go to the MLB showcase. And when you're playing in the high school championship games, you get recruited at that point. So you have schools that'll come watch you, and they say, we're interested in having you come, all this stuff. And then you also get interest from Major League Baseball teams too. So it's different than it has been in years past.
Nice.
So years past, a couple years ago, they did have the MLB showcase. Last year they didn't have it. Last year it was kind of like you made a character, you made a player, and you just got drafted, and you started out in the minor leagues. This year you actually go to the showcase and you hit, you field, you play in a couple games, you raise your draft stock, you or whatever. Then you commit to a college, but then you get drafted on top of that. So then you have a decision to make. You can go to college and play 4 years and try to become the number one pick overall, because I wasn't the number one pick. You can try to be the number one pick, or you can just sign right out of high school, which is what I ended up doing. I got picked number 6 to the Chicago White Sox. So, well, they ask you if you want to pick a team.
Gotcha.
So I picked the White Sox because obviously I'm a White Sox fan. So
Did the game actually ask you, do you really want to pick the White Sox?
it laughed at me.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean,
Right. It says, "Are you sure?" And then you click yes, and then it says, "Are you really sure?"
yeah, that's pretty much what it was. And then it laughed and gave me the finger, and
Just like the old lady in Plane, Trains, Automobiles, you're fucked.
Yeah.
pretty much. So, but I mean, I always do stuff like that. Like I will always get on a team. Like I try to sometimes. So I always try to get to the White Sox. Sometimes I don't request to go there. Sometimes I just get drafted and see where you end up. Um, but I always like to play on a team that's kind of a little bit subpar. That way you can make your way up quicker, but you can also help the team become better.
Yeah.
So, and then if, shit's not going well, then, you can ask to be traded or you can sign with a different team. So, one thing I do like this year is you actually control which attributes you can increase between hitting,
nice.
power. Before you couldn't, it was just like, oh, everything's just going to kind of go up sporadically. Now you get coins. It's kind of like college football, Dan, where you get the
okay.
coins. You level up and you get coins. And you
Right.
take those coins and you increase your stats.
Right.
So that's
Also, like if you're doing Road to Glory.
yes.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's sweet. I mean, I remember I played the one year that when I had PS4, you had PS4, and you had given me the whatever, and I did the same thing. I would always try to get to the Mets,
right.
but a couple times I got drafted. I got drafted to the Padres once. I got drafted to the Pirate. I had two different characters for fielders and a pitcher. And the pitcher, I started out with San Diego, but then I asked to be traded to the Mets. And then the two fielders that I had, both outfielders, a left fielder and a right fielder, I got drafted to the Pirates both times. So, but yeah, I mean that game is not bad. I'm not a big ball player. I told Alex actually to call you, but he already had his draft. He got into a baseball fantasy thing, and
Yeah, I got to get into mine.
yeah, he got into his, and he had the number 4 pick, and Instead of picking Juan Soto, we pick Mookie.
Not a bad pick. Not a bad pick. I would have
Yeah.
gone with Juan, but not a bad pick.
No, it's not. But anyway,
But Corbs, I'd
I
like to hear the
digress.
next gaming segment where you're like, yeah, I like to help the team, what you're saying now. And
Okay.
then you're going to be like, yeah, what I said, fuck that. The White Sox are trash. I'm getting out of this team. This team I don't want to play for anymore. I'm not dealing with this shit.
That'll probably happen. Don't you worry. So, but when I've played it, I've always tried to stay on the same team. Like I always try to, whatever team drafts me, I try to stay with them, even if they offer me less than other teams. I always try to stay loyal to the team that drafted me. So
Good.
that's all I've been playing, by the way. I mean, I came out yesterday and I played it today when I got home before we went to trivia. So, and hopefully we wrap up soon so I can go play some
All
more.
right.
Time's money. I got to go play.
Man, you're starting to sound like Hugh. All right. Well, like I said, I've already went over the two games I'm playing. There's not much new to go into. I've actually spread out into a couple of different modes now on WWE 2K. I'm trying My Rise for the first time, so I'm actually starting to go through the storyline. Um, I I create my character and you come into it and it's I got to fanboy a little bit because one of the first characters that they have you meet up with is CM Punk. So now like I'm buddies with CM Punk on there. So I was like, yeah, hey, like which one of us is gonna get injured first?
Right.
But I'm having a blast with it so far. I don't have much to report yet. I haven't even created the WWE, I mean the GeekPod championships yet. So we got to get to that, and I have to remake myself. I haven't gone into that mode yet either. So
So that's for 25. So
yes,
25 did drop.
yeah. It dropped officially on the 14th for
Okay.
everybody. It was a week earlier for people that ordered the expensive editions.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't
Good
know
for
who
those
would
people, huh?
do that.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody did that here, right, Paul?
No, nobody must have did that here.
No, never. Okay.
Yeah.
Next.
All right. So I'm bringing back an old segment.
That's
Um,
nice.
a long lost old segment. I'm bringing back the beer bastards real quick, back to the old days, Hugh, when we used to do beer reviews. Because I this past weekend I was out at Branching Out Bottle Shop, and I picked up a new beer I've been wanting to try. And now that it's available here in New York, I thought I would give where is it? Real American Beer a try. The Hulk Hogan beer. I've held off. Normally by this point in the show, I've had two or three beers. I have not opened a beer yet. Let's see what we get.
I bet it's gonna taste like black beer dye and racism.
Yeah, if you start
Other-
talking like Hulk Hogan, there's a problem.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Yeah. He's gonna start wearing the do-rag and the sunglasses.
Gotta grow his hair long.
Yeah, tastes like racism.
Did I
Um,
step on your joke, Paul? Had
You
already
did, you
planned
son
on
of a
saying
bitch.
that?
That was my whole plan. I had
Great
it all
minds
set
think
up.
alike.
It's a light beer. There's nothing special about this $22 12 pack of light beer just because
$22 for 12
just because it's Hulk Hogan's
Let me
beer.
tell you something, brother.
Yeah.
You're putting money in Hulk Hogan's pockets. Like, oh, Paul Schoen's bought my beer.
Let me rake you over the coals, brother. Like,
Yep.
Ugh.
but now I'm gonna drink it. So
Well,
but
I
that
would
was
hope so for $22
Right.
back. You better
I mean,
fucking
hey,
drink it.
I got the Tell 'em Steve Dave beer, and I refused to drink the last one just so I still have it. It's been sitting in my fridge down here for years now.
You gotta save one of those,
I fucking
too.
love that.
You got to save one of the real American beers too. That way, when he dies and it becomes a collector's item,
Right.
you can say you have one.
Yes. Okay.
We're like, yeah,
I really
moving
just
on.
kind of fucked up everything right there. He's like, I got nothing.
I got nothing for that because I'm not gonna hold on to any of these after the fact.
But you know,
Um,
it's funny. Hulk Hogan puts the bastard in beer bastard, so that was very apropos.
Look at that. There you go. Oh, that's right. I wanted to read to you guys the mission statement off of the can. It says America I can't do it in a Hulk Hogan voice. Sorry, guys.
That's terrible.
Soon enough.
America is at its best when united. And if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's the single pleasure of sharing a beer. I don't share my beer with anybody. That's why we started Real American Beer, brother, to bring people together, one beer at a time.
Brother.
The
Brother.
brother wasn't in there. I added that in. That's
Oh.
about right. Oh, look, are you practicing shaking your dice? All right.
Nope.
On that note, I think we're gonna kick it to break, and we'll come back with the news. Stick with us, guys.
Now, before you watch a web edit of all the times Stone Cold Steve Austin calls his barn cat a solid ass cat and a motherfucker, look it up. Here's the news. First up, much ado about nothing. Donald Trump announced the first batch of classified documents related to the assassination of JFK were to be released. The first drop happened last night with some 1,123 documents being released by the National Archives. If you were expecting reveals that would validate Oliver Stone's life choices, well, you would be wrong. So far, this seems all flash and no flavor. The documents mostly focus on what the CIA knew about Oswald before the event and what they didn't share with anyone else. Sure, it might be embarrassing to the CIA, but no real bombshells here. Of course, supporters will hail this as a heroic move and unprecedented transparency, with the same effect as me releasing my grandmother's secret mushroom gravy recipe via Kickstarter. Spoiler, it was canned gravy all along, and nothing was changed for the better. But the good news is, now you know, and canned gravy will be a staple now that your Social Security benefits are gone. Yay, transparency! Next up, speaking of conspiracies, Amazon has announced that the option to not have any voice recordings made during the voice request to Echo devices is being removed on March 26th. Previously, voice requests could be processed on the device rather than the cloud, so that some Amazon rep doesn't get recordings of you trying to tell Alexa to respond to all sorts of not safe for work requests. Well, it's actually any requests, but you know who you are. All requests going forward will be processed by the cloud, and this feature is not something you can shut off. Naturally, the response has not been positive. However, Amazon reports that only 0.03% of users had actually turned that function on. So based on the internet response, every single one of those 0.03% users is speaking out. But to be honest, I just don't fucking care. If you're planning on assassinating a president in, say, Dallas and want to chat with your Echo about the best position for a long-range rifle shot, then I can understand your concern. But hashtag real talk, they are only using this to train AI to sell you more shit. You say you hate that, then you proceed to buy more shit. Unless you're about to move off grid and shun modern society, your hollow protests mean nothing. You're low on coffee pods, that new book you wanted comes out tomorrow, and you haven't bought lube in 3 months, and they can hear how often you're watching Pornhub. Welcome to the new world ordering system. And finally, that's all, folks. In what can only be described as a what the fuck move, Warner Brothers has decided to remove all of the classic Looney Tunes cartoons from their streaming platform Max. They say they want to focus on adult and family programming, and a classic cartoon that doubles as the actual mascot for the entire fucking company that can be watched by kids and stoned or sober adults is somehow not family programming. This combined with the cancellation of Coyote versus Acme last year makes me wonder if someone has to show Warner Brothers how to, at the very least, rape every last cent out of a property until it's a shadow of its former self. Because that's what big corporations are supposed to be doing on their worst day, and they can't even manage that. As one person online said, if you can't make money with Bugs Bunny, you are doing something wrong. Truer words were never spoken. except for the opening of this show where I say this podcast should not be listened to by anyone, anywhere, ever in the history of the world. And that's the news, kids. Now, the next time you feel stupid or get embarrassed over saying something dumb in public, just remember this. The golem in charge of our health, RFK Jr., said this week the solution to bird flu is to do nothing and allow it to kill all of the birds susceptible to it, which might be defensible if we hadn't bred all of those chickens to be genetically identical and already know that our chickens and turkeys do not have the genes to fight off things like avian flu. But hey, what do I know? Maybe suggesting it in a really hard and a voice like a Ford Mustang without a muffler can will his dipshit comments into reality and we can have super chickens. Put Uber chickens on your vision board. I fucking hate every single moment of this. Paul?
Dad jokes? Did you hear about the guy who cut his left side off? He's all right now.
Oh, I'm not gonna laugh. Not gonna.
Why did the bicycle fall over?
I want to, but I'm not gonna.
Why did the
Because
bicycle fall over?
Why?
Because he didn't take a stand?
He's too tired.
Oh.
Jack, trivia. I think. Hold on.
Already went there.
I was about to say, you like how I paused there because I knew you were going to try to interrupt again. I'm like, are you sure with not another dad joke there?
No, I had to make sure that we were going in order, though.
All right. DC,
Yep.
pick a number between 1 and 4.
Oh, we're back to that.
Yep.
2.
McDonald's once had a menu for bubble gum. What was the flavor they introduced?
Coca-Cola.
No.
I have no idea.
I didn't even know they had a freaking bubblegum.
It's disgusting and it's broccoli.
Ooh.
Oh God.
I know.
You're making that shit up.
No. Pick a number between 1, 2, or 4, Hugh.
1.
1, 3, or 4, you mean?
Oh yeah, 1, 3, or 4. You're right.
But he said 1.
No, I thought he said 2. All right, yeah.
No, I did.
No, Dan said 2. He stole my number.
Always.
All right, 1. Which American hero once had his hair sold for $3,000 in 2004?
His hair sold? American hero?
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking like a real American hero or a fictional American hero?
Real American hero.
Shit, I don't know.
Okay, all right.
Donald Trump.
Neil Armstrong.
Okay.
All right, Paul.
3.
Of course. How many amendments do the United States have?
That seems like a broad question. I think you might be leaving a word out of that.
How many amendments do the United States have?
I'm assuming you mean like to the Constitution. I think there's
Okay,
like
yeah, okay, yeah,
25.
you're close. So 27.
I was gonna say that 27. I knew that.
Okay, cool.
And then Corbs.
That's me.
In Star Wars, what animal was Yoda supposed to be?
Goblin.
Mm-mm. It's a real animal.
Actually, what he is when you try to build him in Dungeons and Dragons. You try to use a goblin.
Right. I'm gonna go lizard.
A monkey.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't see that either. So
Hey, that's
He's
weird.
fucking green. I mean, that's why I was thinking lizard, fucking frog.
I know. No, I know.
He says
He's-
monkey.
All right, what? All right, and on this date, on March 19th, in 1942, Franklin Delano Roosevelt orders men 45 to 64 to register for the non-military duty. In 1977, the Mary Tyler Moore show had its series finale, and then in 1995, Michael Jordan rejoined the Chicago Bulls ending his 17 months trying a career in baseball.
Hmm.
Okay, and then film actor Bruce Willis is 70 today. Former WWE Women's Wrestler AJ Lee is 38. And then NFL head coach Andy Reid is 67.
Wow.
Wow. AJ Lee's only 38. How old's Phil?
Phil's my age. He's like 47.
Yeah.
No
Wow.
shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good for him.
All right.
Right?
That's crazy. So, welcome to another segment of D&D with DC. Yes, that's the new name, folks. Just because I couldn't say it the other way because I'm fucking moron. Um, so today I thought we would talk about our characters for Tales from the Keep. That's our Dungeons and Dragons show that we have. We do once a month. Um, So I figured, why not talk about our characters to get everybody a little bit of background information in case you decide that you want to watch it. Because judging by all the analytics and all that kind of stuff, nobody's watching this shit. So, oh yes, and just so you know, I am no longer in the hospital. Now I'm in a rehab facility. So live from Loretto. It's Wednesday night, folks. So D&D. My character. I will start it off. Tales from the Keep, my character's name is Jaal DeLev. He is an elven ranger. The inspiration for him was Legolas from Lord of the Rings. Um, he's very good with a bow, carries two short swords. Um, Pretty much a badass. I love being the archer, sniping people from long range. The name is actually part of one character from Mass Effect. I just had to take out the middle name because I liked it. And he was a sniper as well.
Nice.
The the reasoning behind I went through so many different types of characters in my head. A couple of them are already taken, and so I went simple and somebody who tracks, somebody who can be in the woods. Um, my character is also a little bit of a nobility from his settlement. The settlement was destroyed um, by goblins, and that's his favorite enemy, is goblins. He can hunt them, track them, speak their language. Um, he is, like I said, a little bit stealthy. Um, his friends are very important to him when he knows a little more about them. He will do anything to make sure that they're safe. And he just likes adventuring now. Like I said, his entire settlement was wiped out, including his family and mentor. So his friends are all that he has. Um, he does like being in the woods, but he can pretty much go anywhere. And he's just, for me, it's one of those types of characters that I've always wanted to play. I read a lot of novels. There's a lot of half-elf or elven types like my character is. Started off as a ranger, and right now he is as a fighter. Because later on, I believe I'm gonna either go back to ranger or stay at fighter and become an arcane archer. Um, at least that's where I think I'm headed. I may change my mind later on, but that's the path I'm on. Um, Being an arcane archer gives you some different types of arrows that you can use that also put more damage and more effects when you're in combat. And we'll see how it goes. We're venturing into the unknown, and all of us are pretty much resound to the fact that this could be the last adventure. So we'll see. Hopefully not. So the next time we do D&D, I'll be picking someone else of our group. Right now, there is Corbs, Jack, Hugh, Paul, after myself. So nobody knows who's going next. So be ready, boys, because you never know what's going to happen. And again, when they're put out, please watch. It is fun. We do have a great time. We're still, a lot of us, with the exception of myself, are brand new at this. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for 40 years now. And so it's interesting, and we're only getting better. So when you see Tales from the Keep come up, and for, Geek Pod or 33 Productions, check it out. You're going to have a blast. Thank you. This is D&D with DC. And again, it's Wednesday. Have a great day.
When you pick me, I'm going to roll a saving throw to avoid your request.
Okay.
Okay, that was funny.
That actually is. I like that.
But I've seen the way Hugh rolls half the time. I don't think you got to worry about it, DC.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I was going to say that too. If it was him and Kev, I know I don't have much to worry about.
Right. Well, that wraps things up.
All right, Paul. If we're all done, you gonna enlighten us with some knowledge again, or are you just gonna drop some more nuggets?
No, I've got something else to say.
I'm sure you do. Fucking political bastard.
One person can make a difference, and everyone should try. Now more than ever, this statement from JFK rings true. It's time to stand up and take our country back. It's time for a revolution. And the revolution will be streaming.
This has been a GeekPod Network production.